Hi, my name is Cara Lee. You can call me Cara or Ms. Lee. My pronouns are she, her, hers, or they, them, theirs. And I'm really excited to be your stats instructor this term for Stats Remote. I know it's a stressful time with the coronavirus, and I'm still really excited that you're taking my class. And I want to give you a little tour and just welcome video here. So I am in my PCC, and I'm going to give you a little tour of our D2L shell. And then after that, I'm going to make another video that will show you what our online Zoom class will look like. Okay, so first I'm going to scroll down on the left here to D2L Brightspace Login. This is how you're going to access all of your classes. And oops, for some reason it's going into a different window. Hold on one second. I have some extra windows open here. Okay, so when you click on that link, your D2L homepage should open, and then you'll see all your classes here. Excuse me. You should see all of your classes here, which are required to use D2L for spring in this coronavirus situation. And ours is the rainbow one here. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to change myself to a student so that mine looks a little bit more like yours does. So you'll see a welcome announcement here. And then I want to go through each of these tabs up here and show you what they do. Now you might have used D2L a lot, and so if you would rather just play around with this yourself, that's totally fine. But I'll give you a little overview of how the class is going to work. So Course Home is this home page right here. Content is where you're going to find all of the videos for our class. So it's going to be a flipped class, and I'll explain what that means. So let's go to the Content tab. And along the side here, let me start with just Table of Contents. You'll see some getting started information. If you're kind of new to D2L, you can look at that. Then we have some course information. If you have a printer and you want to print papers, you can do that here. Some resources, and then we have all of our modules. So essentially one module is 1 week. Okay, so I'm going to show you the information stuff. We have a welcome message here, and ideally if you can complete this just very introductory information by 1 o'clock on Wednesday, that will help me make sure everyone's kind of getting in the class and getting ready to go. In here we have course information introduction. So this just gives you a little bit of what's in this module. Here's some more about me if you want to read a little bit more about my background. And here's our syllabus. So you can read all about our syllabus on here. And our class is on Monday and Wednesdays, 9 to 11:20. And so I will be in our online room or Zoom during that time, and I'll explain more about how that's going to work. Here's all my contact information. My phone number forwards to my cell phone at home, so you can reach me there. Here's my office hours and the link to get to me in Zoom. And then all of this description about what is a flipped class. I'll explain a little bit about that. The weekly pattern, and then textbook and things like that are in here. Okay, and we'll be using some free technology also. Okay, so let me go back up to the top, so be sure to read through that. Let me go back to content. After the syllabus, you'll find our course calendar. This has the weekly pattern again of how our class is going to work. We'll be having take-home exams due to the virus. And then here's what we'll be doing in each week. So there's a little extra intro stuff in Module 1, but after that they look very, very similar. We'll be following the same pattern every week. So I'll explain what that is. keep going down. Here's a link to My Open Math, and then this is our free online homework system. And I'll have a intro video on that, and we can also get you set up on that in our Zoom class. And then I'd like you to introduce yourselves online so that we can all get to know each other. Oops, I need to change this date here. You'll be doing an online introduction and replying to at least 2 classmates. And then a short mathography assignment, which just lets me get to know you a little bit and gives you a chance to tell me anything that's important that you think might help you in this class. And then there's always a ask your question here place. So this is a place where you can ask any questions about the class, and students can answer, I will answer also. We have learning outcomes, and then we have a very short quiz over the course information module. These are easy questions, and you have unlimited tries to get these answers correct. Okay, so that's the whole introduction to the class. And then let me show you what Module 1 looks like. Okay, Module 1, we're going to be looking at data collection in Chapter 1. So here's where I'll explain the pattern of how our class will work. So a flipped class means that you watch lectures on video before the class, so before our Zoom class. That way you can do that on your own time, at your own pace. You can write notes on the printed pages or on blank paper. And then in our Zoom class, we will do these activities together. That way, instead of spending our whole Zoom time on lecture, we can actually put it into practice. We can do experiments, activities, things with data, and practice problems, and maybe even answer some questions on the online homework. So it's a really great way to maximize the use of our class time instead of being on lecture the whole time. So I'll show you what these pages look like after I go through the overview. So videos and notes, activities for class, then we have these check your understanding quizzes. These are unlimited tries just to make sure you've got the concepts down. This module has 3 of them. Then there's a link to our online homework system for the online homework. And then there's also a written assignment for each week. So each week you're going to, well, I'll go through each one in just a second. And then at the very bottom, you can't see it, but there's a discussion area for questions. Okay, so that's a lot. So let me go through each one. So the lecture and notes page in every module will look like this. There's just a little overview of what we'll be doing. And then here is the blank notes page. If you have a printer, and I know not everybody does, if you do and you want to print these, you're welcome to. If you don't, then write your notes on plain paper, okay? Also, let me just hit the back button. Also, there's the filled in notes. So if that helps you as well, this is the filled in version. So a teacher friend of mine made these videos, so we have very similar styles. So you won't hear my voice in the videos, but her name is Julia Trude. So these are the exact worksheets that she's writing on in the videos, and then these are her notes from making the videos. So you will see those, and I think the videos are very good and the notes are very good. Below that are the videos. So you don't need to do anything for Monday's class, for our very first class. So that's why I put no prep as required for Monday's class. We will actually sort of model and demonstrate the flipped class during our Zoom time. So we'll be watching these 2 videos together. But then after that, you'll see watch before Wednesday's class, and also then watch before Monday's class. So it's gonna be the best if you watch the videos and take the notes before our Zoom time, okay? So there's a few more. They're varied in length. Some are really short, some are a little longer. At the bottom, there's a lot of supplementary materials. There's our textbook, there's some slides that go with our textbook, and then there's a lot of different videos and resources. So don't get overwhelmed by that. You don't have to look at any of it if you don't want to. You can just stop right here if you want to. But if you're curious, there's a lot of interesting links. Okay, so at the bottom and the top, there's this little link, this little arrow that goes to the next page. So I'm going to go to the next page, and every day except for the first one, you would have watched the videos, and then here's our activity for class. So it's going to look something like this. You can print it out, or again, you can do everything on plain paper. There's the blank one. If you prefer to type, then I just clicked on blank word activity, and it downloaded a file. So this is the Word file. If you prefer to type in, you can do that too. Close that up for now. And then after our Zoom class, I'll make a link right here that has our filled in activity. So if you're not able to, if you have kids at home or for whatever reason, you're not able to attend at our Zoom class, I will be posting the filled in activity right here. So you can do it on your own. You can also watch the Zoom recording later on. So I'll be recording the Zoom classes. Okay, so here's our Monday activities, and then I'll be posting our Wednesday activities before Wednesday's class. Also, this is a document. It's a Google Doc, and I'm going to write out our class agenda each day. So I'll show it to you at the beginning of each Zoom class. You can see what we're going to do, and then if you miss class, you can also look here to see what we did. Right now it's stuff from a previous term, so I'll be updating that soon. So that's our activity. And then we have the Check Your Understanding quizzes. These are due by Thursday night every week. So after our Monday and after our Wednesday, those are due by Thursday night. Usually there's just one or two, but this one has 3 of them. Okay, then next in our content list, since I was just clicking through with the arrows, next is the online homework. And next is the graded problem set. So I'll explain a little bit more about that later. I don't want this video to get too long. So I'll explain more about that. Let me just show you some of the other links. So you'll do the graded problem set where you write that out or type it up and upload it. And then there's the very last thing is a link to discussions to ask questions. So that leads me, so that's from content. All of our modules will be listed there. Discussions, other than the introduction, I don't have any required discussions for this class. However, there's a lot of opportunity to discuss statistics with the coronavirus, so I'll probably be posting some optional discussion topics there. But mostly this is for you to ask questions and answer questions. And then the one thing that's required is the Introduce Yourself post. So discussions is a shortcut way you can get to that. And if you want to see if you have a question, you want to see if someone's already asked it, you can click on discussions. Assignments is a shortcut to get to all of the assignment files. And again, I'll explain the assignments a little bit later on. Okay, online rooms is where our class is going to be. So you can see I've set up a recurring meeting. And our first class is Monday morning at 9 a.m. So over here, I believe you will have a join button. And so I'll start the meeting and you'll just click on join. And I'll do another video on what our Zoom class will look like. So here's the shortcut for how to get to online rooms. MyOpenMath is just another link to the online homework system, so it's easy to get to right there. Here's our textbook. This is a free online textbook. I'm so excited about that. You can click through over here on the table of contents and scroll through like that. What's something that's really cool is there's checkpoints and examples, so you can click on this. You can answer this question and then check your answer. Pretty cool, huh? So that's our online textbook. You can get a physical copy from the bookstore. Just order it online, and they're doing free shipping right now to your home. Okay, quizzes. Those are all those check your understanding quizzes. So if you want a shortcut to get to those, or if you want to see which ones you've done, which ones you haven't, go right there. Grades shows you all the things that you'll be turning in the class. I'll go back to the online homework score in a minute, but these are all the quizzes. And then these are your introduce yourself and mathography, and then all your graded problem sets. And then a place for your activity worksheets, and then a midterm and a final. So you'll be able to see your total points and your score, your grade right there. Now the MyOpenMath, it's going to start with 10 points on week 1, and then go to 20 points on week 2, 30, and so forth, up to 100 points by the end of the term. So I'll be updating this to start with only 10 points. And then it's something I have to do manually. So I will check your percentage in MyOpenMath, and about once a week or so I'll transfer it into D2L. So you'll see the last date that I did that. In case you're like catching up on a lot of MyOpenMath, then the next time I update it, you'll see a jump in your score. Okay, so that gives you an overview of the setup of our class, and I'm really excited to meet you on Monday. And also, everything can be done remotely if you need to. So I understand that there's a lot going on right now with people's jobs and kids and all that stuff. So I'm going to be very flexible with everything. So the main thing is just to reach out if you have any trouble, any roadblocks, or any questions, and I will help you, okay? So in the next video, we'll go into online rooms, and I'll show you what that's going to look like, okay? All right, I'll see you there.